All right, I'm back with another video. This is Crafting Your Language, and I want to talk about why I prefer French conjugations over Spanish conjugations, at least in the first person singular. Um, yeah, let's get into it. I'll try to make this video short. Um, so we'll talk about these 7 verbs. Whenever you're learning a new language, I typically, uh, I guess, give advice to learn the most like 15, 20 most common verbs in your target language. So this is just an example, but we'll talk about to be able, to can, to want, to have, to must, to say, to tell, to know, to understand, to comprehend, to speak, and we'll just compare Spanish versus the French conjugations. I think like Spanish seems to be so ubiquitous in the United States that I think most people will be able to understand why the conjugations may appear to be easier and why I think so. So we'll get into want. So this is the infinitive for to want, querer, and vouloir in French. So Spanish, French. So there's yo quiero, tú quieres, él, ella quiere. So I want, you want, he, she wants. And so in French, it's just je veux, tu veux, il, elle, on veut. So this on, that's we, informal in French. But basically, it's the same. You would say like I want, you want, we want. So you don't have to change the ending like Spanish. So je veux, tu veux, il veut. Because that's what I think is maybe one of the hardest parts when learning Spanish, is trying to understand who someone is talking to, like just in speech. Like if you hear quiere los documentos, which it can mean he wants the documents, she wants the documents, it wants the documents. I think it's much easier in French when you have the pronoun in front, right? Because it's not, I guess, required in Spanish to say él quiere los documentos, but in English you would say I or he wants the documents. So, but in Spanish you would say il veut les documents. So you could change this to je veux les documents. But in Spanish, you would have to say quiero. So always trying to change, I think that is difficult for a lot of native English speakers, to change the actual verb. And the verb changes in French, but it doesn't make a difference. It only changes in like writing or the written word, but not the actual pronunciation. For most verbs, there's always exceptions. I know it looks funny when it's written out, but it's really easy because you just have to change the je to or il, elle, on. So I'll just show a comparison of the next few ones or the next few verbs also. So there's poder, like to be able to, yo puedo, tú puedes, él, ella puede. And so in French, just je peux, tu peux, il, elle, on peut. I'm not going to go over these examples, but basically, if you were to change this, you would put puedes here, and then here you would just put tu peux. So the pronoun would be the only thing that changes, and I feel that's just easier. And so we can look at deber, yo debo, tú debes, él, ella debe. So this means to have to or to must, usually with to do something. And so here to must, devoir, je dois, tu dois, il, elle, on doit. This doesn't exactly translate to deber, but it's just an example of, or they almost translate, but if you were to speak French, you probably wouldn't use this je dois for yo debo. That may be confusing, but basically, just know that it kind of follows a pattern. You don't have to change how you're saying this word, and you're changing how you have to say the verb here. So to say or to tell, decir, yo digo, tú dices, él, ella dice. And then in French, to say, dire, that's infinitive. Je dis, tu dis, il, elle, on dit. And I guess I should have said this earlier. Most French words, you won't have to pronounce the last letter. There's always exceptions, but most part, you don't have to pronounce the last letter. So just don't say this S, this T. Just something for non-French speakers to know, or if you're trying to learn. So saber, to know, yo sé, tú sabes, él, ella sabe. And then to know, an infinitive again, savoir. Je sais, tu sais, il, elle, on sait. All right. And then entender, to understand or to comprehend. Yo entiendo, tú entiendes, él, ella entiende. And then so for French, don't really need to say the N. So this DS, you're not going to say it. You're not going to say it here. You're not going to say this D here. So je comprends, tu comprends, il, elle, on comprend. All right. So pretty easy. It would just be like saying, I understand, I comprehend, you understand, you comprehend. So, all right. Then hablar. So to speak, that's infinitive in Spanish. Yo puedo, tú puedes. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yo hablo, tú hables. Él, ella hable. Okay. Habla. Sorry. And then so in French, to speak, je parle, tu parles, il, elle, on parle. Okay. Yeah, so I just like this where you know, it follows the same kind of the pattern in English, at least for the first person singular in French. I can make one on the plural, but I just want to kind of show this today. All right, so last thing I want to say was everyone enjoy the eclipse. I think it's coming in a two days or so. And so the English word eclipse, the Spanish word el eclipse, and then the French word eclipse. So basically all cognates of each other, come from Latin or Greek, I'm sure. So easy word to say in French for all the native English speakers that may be wanting to learn French. So thanks for watching the video. That's it.